Nathaniel Wood, the prospect, his nickname, I should say, might be coming back to bite him, man. He can't stay a prospect forever. And for whatever reason, they put him back in London and they give him Morgan the Last Pirate, man. They give him Charrière. And this is really tough right here because in my mind, I was like, why are you making this matchup? You got two guys who are kind of similar. In my mind, ultimately, it's like whoever wins this fight gets the push, right? Whoever wins this fight gets that big appeal, right? And the reason that I say that is because, in essence, Nathaniel Wood, in how many UFC fights, man, it's decision, 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 right? So it's like, all right, if you get a big finish against a dude coming from a different promotion who has that star power in Morgan Charrière, all right, we can finally get behind you with the marketing media machine. But if you keep racking up these decisions, it's a close fight and you squeak one by or you lose, I don't know how much more they're going to try to give Nathaniel Wood, which is a shame because this dude is awesome from a skill perspective. What do you think the lore behind this matchup is? Why is this fight happening?
Yeah, I think it's a push fight, Derek. Whoever's
Yeah.
able to separate themselves in this division in the what are they fighting at 155 pounds? I forgot. I don't have
One
it up.
145,
One
145.
145. Whoever's able to get that little bit of notice, right? That little bit of something else in there. I think they're going to be one of the ones here. We're seeing 2, 3 years, maybe even shorter than that, actually fighting for the title going into this. But it is again, it's what you're saying. 'Cause you got the Charrière who's coming in hot, and as good as Nathaniel Wood is. Not many people are clamoring to see him fight. So this is really a prove it and get the push or just get out the door kind of fight.
Yeah, man, they're kind of keeping them exclusive to some of these London cards, which is good because you got to have the home crowd flavor and all of that good stuff, man. But again, I think it's a fight style thing more than anything. So let's talk about the X's and O's. He opens up as a slight dog, plus 125, minus 150 comeback for the Last Pirate. And if you compare that to the opening odds, man, Wood opened up as a favorite, minus 160. So it's a complete line flip right here. And I think that this is a pretty simple matchup, even though when I first looked at this, I was like, this is going to be like, I don't have any other way to put it. I was like, this is gonna be a bitch to break down, man. I'm gonna have to watch this film. I'm gonna have to make hard decisions. I don't know who's gonna win this fight. And the more that I watched it, the more that I'm convinced Nathaniel Wood, in my opinion, he's gonna be the busier fighter. He's gonna throw more output. He's got to watch his chin because he could definitely get rocked. We've seen it in a couple different fights, but he's gonna be the busier guy. He doesn't need to be the more powerful guy in this matchup. I don't think he can because Charrière is going to come in. He's going to be low volume, in my opinion. He's just going to try to find the spot. But while Daniel Wood is racking up all of these strikes throughout the rounds, I think it's going to come down to very similar to a Marvin Vettori Roman Dolidze, man. Who lands more damage? Damage-based criteria. And that's why I think you give a slight lean to Morgan Charrière right there. Would you agree?
I would agree, Derek. One of the things I like most about Nathaniel Wood, great cardio and great vision. But the thing is, when you're consistently having that output, you're throwing things around. Nathaniel Wood loves to use his range attacks to be able to set up traps. Well, when you're setting up a trap against a counter striker and they see that trap coming, that's when you're getting hurt. And that's where I think a Charrière has his best advantage is to have those big moments, do the big damage, and be able to push the pace in a brawl once he hurts Nathaniel Wood instead of having a long drawn out fight.
Would it be wise, given that you've seen this line flip take place, to take Wood as a dog? Do you see him as a live dog? Or now that Charrière is a solidified favorite, do you feel a little less comfortable?
No, I'm still very confident in Charrière, and I can see why the line flipped right there. Because even when I saw it on the opening, I was like, "Oh wow, all right, Charriere's the dog. Cool. I like this play all day long." Um, the part where I have a little bit of hang up with Nathaniel Wood, or I can see him winning this fight, is in the volume and in the combos. He has very, very good combos and hits the usually cut last couple of shots with some power. And if you're gonna do that to a guy who's just not throwing anything back at you, you're gonna win the judge's decision all day long.
Yeah, I say with Wood when I watch him, he's first and he's last, right? So like he's there through and through for for all of the combinations, and then yeah, for Charrière it's a power thing. I like Charrière, man. I'm gonna take him. I'll still take him at minus 150. I liked it way better when he was a dog, if I'm being real. But I think it's gonna be a close fight. So I see it happening one of two ways: Charrière outright or Nathaniel Wood split decision. You kind of tracking my logic there?
I am tracking your logic. Especially because of the big oohs and ahs that we've seen that can sway the judges. I think that's going to be in the side of Charrière, but more so Nathaniel Wood getting majority of the fight.
Home game, man. It's London too. Let's not forget. You know what I mean? So let's take it always factor that in consideration. But the play is the Last Pirate, Morgan Charrière right here. And AJ, do you want to give something specific or you rolling with the money line?
I'm rolling with the money line, Derek. I can see a couple different ways how this fight ends, but I think money line's the best, especially at this price. And if he does finish Nathaniel Wood, you're not going to get him at a minus 150 ever, like, or at least anytime
N-
soon.
Not in the foreseeable future, for sure. All right, folks.